look at me, 3 videos in one day. Oh, I deserve an award. Ooh, not really. But, okay, a little while ago, you all sat down and we went Christmas shopping together, and that was really, really fun. So I thought, what if we combined a Q&A and Christmas wrapping together? I hate Christmas wrapping. I suck at wrapping things. I mean, not like wrapping, like, but I mean like actually like physically wrapping things. I have no patience. I'm the least patient person you will probably ever meet. So I thought, what way to make it more fun than doing a Q&A? So I had you guys send in a bunch of questions. So I have a bunch of questions that I'm going to answer while you and I sit here and watch me miserably fail at wrapping things. So if you don't have anything better to do with your time, maybe you can learn a little bit about me if you would like to. If not, why are you here? No shade, just like, this probably isn't the video for you. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm in the middle of like redesigning my room right now. So my room is like a hot mess and I don't have any space to film. And the other room that I can film in is the living room, which is where my entire family is right now. So the only other room that's open for me to film and be not so secretive about what I'm giving my family for Christmas is this room. So this room is the room I've been filming in nonstop recently. So I'm just gonna go through, ask some questions, show you guys what I'm giving for Christmas. So yeah, I got this fun wrapping paper. Look how fun it is. Okay, the first question we have is, what is your favorite clothing brand? My favorite clothing brand, in all honesty, I was not ever raised to be brand loyal. I was always raised like, find what fits ya and find what's cheap. So I was never ever really like the first time I actually went to the mall was when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. No, I was 14 the first time I went to the mall. I got merch from Hot Topic. That is what I did for my 14th birthday. Yeet. No, just kidding. No, but that seriously is. So I don't have like a favorite actual brand. But I do enjoy shopping at certain stores. But none of them are like stuff you would find at the mall. So I like going to Gabe's and Rugged Warehouse because they have like a bunch of like not knockoffs, but like off-season designer stuff that you can get for really cheap. But I guess my favorite brand would be Betsy Johnson, even though I've never owned anything from Betsy Johnson. I just like how cool her stuff looks. I think she has some really amazing looking stuff. So yeah, that is my favorite clothing brand that's not actually a clothing brand. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to try and wrap up is this t-shirt that I got from my dad. And it looks like this. Ooh, it's so wrinkled, but that's what it looks like. I got it from this Etsy shop, and this was like $30-something with shipping. I really suck at wrapping. Next question. Favorite quote to live by? Okay. When I was growing up, I made a lot of mistakes. Like any kid. And my parents would sit down and they would talk to me and they would be like each time they would talk to me, I would take away a life lesson. So I have a whole bunch of quotes to live by. My senior quote, I hated my high school. I hated everybody at my high school. So I submitted 2 senior quotes. The first senior quote that I submitted was, oh, a little bit more of a backstory. I hated everybody at my school, but I was also really into music. I graduated high school thinking I was either going to go into nursing or I was going to go into music education. I play 8 instruments. Music is something that I can't talk about without crying. I'm just so passionate about it. So the first quote that I submitted was, do, re, mi, fa, so done with this school. That was the first quote. And then I was like, I don't want to be known in like 20 years for that quote. Like, that makes me sound like an a-hole. So then I submitted the second quote, which was the quote that got published. And that quote was, the earth has music for those who listen. That was written by William Shakespeare. So those are the quotes that I have in my yearbook. Well, that is the quote that I have for my like senior yearbook picture. But I have a couple quotes that I like to live by. It is what it is, meaning like if you can't do anything about it, it is what it is. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Don't worry about it. Everything happens for a reason. Like, there's secret blessings and everything. And I truly, truly believe that everything happens for a reason. And so there are so many bad things that would happen to me all the time. There's still a lot of bad things that happen to me. And, you know, my parents would always go, everything happens for a reason, because it's so true. Like, one door may be closing and you're like sad about that door closing, but there may be a secret blessing behind that door that you just don't know about. And you didn't know you needed, but then it happens and you're like, wow, I'm so glad that this bad thing happened. I mean, not that I want bad things to happen to any of you, but you know, maybe you just don't know what you need in your life. And then, yeah, those are the two ones that I actually live by. It is what it is, and everything happens for a reason. Give me a second to finish. Just put some tape on this. And this is that my dad hates glitter, so I'm going to be a butthead and give him nothing but wrapping paper that has glitter on it and metallic stuff on it. And it's kind of funny because my cosmetic business does glitters, and it does glitter stuff. So whenever he comes home, he's always like, glitter, like all mad about it. Okay, next question. If you have to choose just one, what is your favorite shirt, dress, pants in your wardrobe? In all honesty, my favorite thing in my wardrobe is a plain black t-shirt, because you can do anything with that plain black t-shirt. So I'm going to assume that you're asking like what my favorite shirt, what my favorite dress, and what my favorite pants are in my wardrobe. So I feel like a thing that everybody should have in their wardrobe is a plain black t-shirt. Me personally, I like a v-neck t-shirt just because I like to show off my décolletage, because it distracts from my double chin. But yeah, I like a plain black t-shirt. Jeans, I placed an order with Fashion Nova, and I was like, I hate Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova sucks. But then I placed another order because I wanted to give them a second chance. And I have to say, a pair of ripped jeans from Fashion Nova, that's where it's at for me. I really actually enjoy wearing their jeans. They fit me really well. I'm actually wearing a pair right now. So ripped jeans, plain black t-shirt for me, and dress. It's so hard for me to find a dress. I don't really have any favorite dresses. I have one dress in my closet, and it's like a fancy dress that I bought for when I went out for dinner. The one time my boyfriend ever took me out for dinner was Valentine's Day, 3 years of dating. Don't get me started, but yeah, I don't have any dresses, but if I had the opportunity to drop whatever money I wanted to on a dress, it would be something like gold sequins. It would be so glittery. It would probably make you go blind because it'd be so glittery. So yeah, those are, if I had the choice of the dress, but definitely a pair of ripped jeans that fit well and a plain black v-neck t-shirt. Okay. We're on like question number 3, and I'm not even done wrapping present number 1. So next question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Thinking about the future makes me panic like crazy. I am so hard on myself. I talk about how to make money from home. I talk about how to be successful. At the time of this filming, I have close to 11,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have a rather large social media following. I have all of these amazing things going for me. I have 6 streams of income, but I don't go and I don't think of myself like, I don't know, like this might sound like a little like bratty, but I'm just so hard on myself and I have such high expectations for myself that right now, who I am right now, I don't go, yeah, you're successful. Like I constantly see ways that I can improve. So I don't go, yeah, I'm totally successful. So I panic when I think about the future because I panic and I like worry that the people that belittled me and bullied me in high school are going to be right. So that's something that I try to avoid, is thinking about my future, because it really just makes me panic. Sorry guys, I had to leave to give a different marker because the marker that I have right now, wasn't writing on this paper. So, sorry about that last sad little tidbit about the future question. Love the question. It just makes me panic, so I really try not to think about my future. Do you plan on having kids? Okay, I'm sorry this took a little sad turn. I would like to marry the love of my life. And I would like to settle down with him. And I would like to have kids. But I have health problems. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means I'm going to have problems with fertility because I'm on birth control, and I've been on birth control for my polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I've been on birth control since I was 12. And I'm now 19, so I've been on it for so long, plus I already have like the PCOS, so those two problems are going to make it hard for me to have children. So my little plan is adopting. I don't see that there's anything wrong with adopting. I think that's great because there's so many children out there who are looking for people to love them, and I really think that you can change somebody's life by, you know, just being a good person. And I think by adopting it, you know, and that's great. You know, you're helping to change the world. I'm giving my sister these beauty blenders. I don't know if you guys can see them. Hello, camera. Please focus. Okay, if you can see them back here, they're these little, it's a little 4-pack of not beauty blenders, but makeup sponges. She's always looking for more of them. So that's what I'm giving to her. Okay, next question is, do you have a secret hobby? Ooh, I like that question. A secret hobby, I don't know. Because all of the things that I like doing, all of the things that I am, like, all of the things that make me happy and that I'm passionate about, I've turned into a way to make money. Like, I've turned makeup into a way to get money, my creativity in a way to get money. So, all of my hobbies are very public. But if I were to have a secret one, it would probably, I don't know if this counts, but I enjoy pretending that, like, I'm Beyonce or something like that. Like, I enjoy pretending I'm this, like, world-renowned singer and, like, doing the dishes. Not that I like doing the dishes, but this doesn't really count as a hobby, but I like to, like, you know, just jamming out. I have been to 2 concerts in my life, and I would definitely say, like, you know, discovering new music. There we go. That is a secret hobby of mine because music is something that I'm so passionate about. So I think that, does that count as a secret hobby? I don't know. Okay, next question. What is your favorite thing about yourself? I used to be this girl, I could not ever answer that question because I used to be like, I hate everything about myself. And I still definitely do struggle with low self-confidence and like low self-esteem, even though it probably doesn't seem like it to some people. Even in high school, people who I went to class with, and now like the people that I went to school with and who are now like still interacting with my social medias and like know my story and know me a little bit better now, they were like, wow, I didn't know you like struggled with an eating disorder, or I didn't know you like hated yourself. So I've always been able to portray fake confidence really well, but now it's real. Now I'm like, I don't care if you like me, I like me, and that's all that matters. So my favorite thing about myself, I'm really weird. I have this really weird sense of humor, but I also like how confident I am because I feel like I'm confident enough in myself that I can share my confidence with other people. And like, I feel like my life's purpose is to inspire and educate and empower other people. So I feel like I have enough confidence in myself that I can share it with other people and change their lives. So I think that's probably my favorite thing about myself. Not to toot my own horn, toot toot. What is your goal in life? Oh, I kind of just answered that, but my goal is to inspire and educate and empower other people because there were so many times when I would go to bed and I would go, you're worthless. Like, I would think that to myself. I would be like, I'm completely worthless. I have no purpose in this life. I have no purpose in this world. and I would feel sad and hopeless when it came to like thinking about anything of myself. So I don't want other people to think that about themselves. I don't want other people to feel like they're alone when they're being bullied. I don't want other people to go through life and feel like they have a life purpose and feel like they don't understand how to execute that life purpose. Like, there are so many things that you can accomplish if you feel confident in yourself. Literally so many things. Like, there could be a girl out there and she's gonna be like, well, I can become, like, I want to become the first female president of the United States. But she's like, nah, I can't do that because I'm a girl, or I can't do that because I'm fat, or I can't do that because I'm not pretty enough. I want to like share my confidence and like how I've earned my confidence and everything that I know with you all, to be like, for that little girl to be like, I can do whatever I want. Nobody can tell me what I can and cannot do. Like, that's what, like, I want to share that with everybody. I want to share that feeling and that sense of like hope with other people. So I feel like that's my goal in life, and that's my life's purpose. And I definitely, that's kind of why I started a YouTube channel, was because I just want to share that passion for life and that passion for success with everybody. I want to connect with my audience and make them realize, like, you can have a past. I have one hell of a past, you know? I was bullied so bad in high school, physically and emotionally. Like, I now have PTSD. I also have physical, like, things wrong with me because of how bad the bullying was for me in high school. I was bullied so badly one time my senior year that I now have permanent hearing loss in my left ear. That's a fun fact you didn't know. So it's really funny when I go out on dates with people, like the first date, and they always end up talking to me on this side, and I'm like, what? I can't hear you. I just think it's funny for me because it's really funny to watch other people get annoyed. But that's my goal in life. Not to annoy other people. My goal in life is to share empowerment. Next question. What was your favorite school subject? Band. I love music. I started band in 4th grade, and I was in band and choir. I was in choir off and on, because I had a choir teacher throughout high school. She was there for 1 year. I had a choir teacher, and she wasn't a good choir teacher. So I was like, nah, but I definitely, anything that had to do with music was my favorite subject. This is what I got my dad. He works in an office now. He used to be a truck driver delivering water, and now he does an office job. And this is like a little, he always complains. He's like, I don't have any forks or anything to eat with, like, the meals that he packs. So I got him this, like, okay, right here, these are like utensil things. You can make your own utensils basically, and they're straws. These blue things are straws, and these black things right here cooked into the fork and the spoon to like make a utensil. Ow, and I just pinched my finger in that. But I got him that because I thought that'd be really handy. Next question. Oh no, we're still on the, what is your favorite school subject? Band. I just felt like it was definitely an escape for me. I mean, music is something I'm so passionate about anyway. I'm like, you know, I can, like, it just changes you. It can really just, it changes you. And I definitely have to credit not any specific band teachers or any specific person that I ever played music with, but music itself changed me and kept me out of trouble and kept me from doing stupid things. Like, it's just so, like, it's so soulful to like sit there and get together with a group of people from different backgrounds and different nationalities and different goals in life, and to be able to play a piece and like show your emotions in a piece. That's soul food right there. Next question. Favorite movie? I have a couple. My favorite, I guess I'm more into humor things, like humorous things. I loved Napoleon Dynamite. I love that movie, but I also love this movie. It's on Netflix, and it's called Dale and Tucker versus Evil. For the longest time, I wanted to go into forensics. I wanted to go into forensic psychology. I love learning about serial killers. Like, that is, like, my favorite thing to watch. Is just, like, learning about serial killers and stuff like that. And that probably makes me sound a little, like, screwed up in the head, but whatever. So, I watched a lot of, like, graphic things. And death has never been something that scared me. And it's never been something that's, like, bad for me. Like, I don't go, like, oh no, I'm gonna die. Like, if you're gonna die, freaking go out with a bang and make it memorable and funny. So, Dale and Tucker vs. Evil is my favorite movie, besides Napoleon Dynamite, because it's so gory. It's, like, it's supposed to be funny. I don't know. If you've never seen it, you should watch it if you don't have a weak stomach. But basically, these two, like, redneck guys meet up with some college kids, and they end up saving this girl's life, but her squad of, like, college kids think that they're, like, murderous rednecks, and all the college kids try to save their friend, but the friend's like, nah, these redneck guys, like, saved my life, they're great, and all of the friends end up dying in their process in comical ways. If you've never seen it, don't judge me. Don't judge me if you've never seen it. If you've seen it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, next question is favorite TV show. I love learning. I'm definitely a huge documentary girl. So, again, going back to the whole serial killer thing, I love learning about, like, the science behind forensic. I have seen every single episode of Forensic Files. Forensic Files just wasn't the same after Peter Thomas died. But I just, you know, it's very interesting to me to learn why people kill, mostly for insurance money in most cases. I don't know, like, just going back to the whole serial killer thing. Next question is favorite song. Girl, I can't pick one. A lot of people don't know this about me, and it's surprising for a lot of people because, like, I haven't changed physically much since high school. I've always been, like, I've always dressed and I've always acted like one of those preppy, goody two-shoe girls. I am secretly emo on the inside. I love heavy metal. I love heavy metal, so there's a lot of bands out there that I like, but I don't know, but I also, like, I was raised to be open-minded when it came to music, so, like, I could tell you I have favorite songs from specific genres, but my favorite genre is definitely metal, but I can't pick one song. Okay, you know, I'll try. The hardest part of forgetting, the hardest part is forgetting those we swore we'd never forget is the name of the song. So the name of the song, again, is the hardest part of forgetting is forgetting those we swore we'd never forget. It's by Being as an Ocean. I love that band to pieces. And that song was just, I just love it. I love it so much. But my ring light keeps flickering and I don't know why. Yeah, but I love that. And I almost saw them at Warped Tour. But my sister got sick right before we went and saw them. I have never forgiven her for that. Next question is, do you like Lord of the Rings? Girl, let me tell you, I love Lord of the Rings. I have seen all of them. I did not read the books. But I definitely did love the movie. I own all of the movies. I watched Lord of the Rings religiously growing up as a child. This is an embarrassing backstory. If anybody's even watching right now, this is a super embarrassing backstory. When I was growing up, I had the biggest crush on Orlando Bloom playing Legolas. I was like, Legolas is going to be my husband one day. I don't care if anybody thinks that's not true. Legolas and I are going to get married. And my mom knew that I had, like, a hardcore crush on him. So she printed out a picture of Legolas. And I hung it on the back of my door. And every night, I would say, "Good night, Legolas." And I would kiss his picture, goodnight. That is how much I was committed to Legolas. And then I grew up a little bit. And I was like, nah, Johnny Depp's gonna be my husband. So Johnny Depp doesn't know it yet, but we're getting married. Even though I think he's already married. I don't know. Next question is, which of your YouTube videos was the most fun to make? I did this makeup tutorial a couple months ago, and it was kind of in the midst of like a whole bunch of people were accusing like big makeup artists of wearing makeup to impress boys. Like it was just like a whole bunch of people were like, oh, you only wear makeup to impress boys. So I was like, well, why don't I make a makeup tutorial and show girls how to wear makeup to impress boys? And I am a firm believer that makeup is art, and I have never worn makeup to impress anybody, male or female. So I did this makeup tutorial, and I did the ugliest job I could on my makeup. That was a lot of fun because I got to be really sassy and annoying, and that's just who I am on the inside. Next question is, what's your favorite makeup brand and why? Okay, I have to do this high-end and drugstore. My favorite high-end makeup company is Tarte. Without a doubt, Tarte. I love that they're cruelty-free. I love that they're vegan. Not that I'm vegan myself. I'm not vegan. But, I just... They have you ever smelled their Make Believe in Yourself palette? Like, have you ever? Because it smells like freaking marshmallows. I love that they make their products smell great. I love that they're not involved in a lot of drama like some other brands. I love that, they use, like, a lot of natural products in their stuff, like seaweed and some other stuff. And I just think the overall quality of most of their products is pretty amazing. I've tried some products from Tarte that I just don't like the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. I got the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara a little while ago. I didn't like that a whole lot, but now it's kind of growing on me like the Too Faced Better Than the Sex mascara. And my favorite drugstore mascara, my favorite drugstore brand, I would have to say Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild, because they're so underrated. Like, so many people are like, oh, I love NYX, or oh, I love Maybelline. And both NYX and Maybelline are expensive. Like, I know technically they're not expensive compared to, like, Tarte, but, like, Wet n Wild is, like, affordable for everybody. If you're like, oh my god, I only have $20 left to get me through till next week, but I need foundation, you can go spend $3 or $4 on foundation at Wet n Wild and still get a quality product. You can still, like, and their highlighters, oh, they have some amazing highlighters. And I just feel like they're really underrated, and I feel like a lot of big makeup artists kind of, or makeup gurus, or whatever you want to call it, they always go towards the high-end brands, and not everybody can afford those high-end brands. And I think that sucks that they try to exemplify, like, makeup tutorials and use products that not everybody can afford. Okay, next step is, what's your favorite thing to sell and make on Etsy? I have my own vegan and cruelty-free cosmetic shop, for those of you who do not know. And it's certified by PETA to be vegan and cruelty-free, and it's a member of PETA's Beauties Without Bunnies program. I sell makeup brushes, I sell lip scrubs, body scrubs. I used to sell glitters. I don't think I'll pick that back up, but my favorite thing to sell on there is lip scrubs. I love being able to create a fun lip scrub because you can taste it and you can smell it and it makes your lips feel good. And I know having chapped lips is like one hell of a sucky problem. And so I hate having chapped lips, but like it's so fun to have like a little snack that like helps you out in the long run. That doesn't make any sense. But I don't know, I feel like there's like a wider variety of like options you can make when it comes to lip scrubs. They're just so much fun to make, and they're like more affordable to people, because I don't sell my lip scrubs for much. I sell, like, you can buy 2 lip scrubs for $8, which isn't a whole lot considering, like, no shade at Jeffree Star, but, like, Jeffree Star sells his makeup, like, luxury makeup, and 1 lip scrub is like $12. So I feel like it's a more affordable option to a lot of people, but it's just way more fun to make. Next question is, what's your favorite part about being a part of the YouTube community? I love the support that I get from the YouTube community. I can post something and be having a really bad day and be like, oh my god, I feel like my world is ending, and you guys can all you guys come together and you're like, hey, we love you and we think you're freaking amazing, and you guys make me feel better. You make me feel like I'm not alone. And so I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart when I sit there and I say, you guys are my best friends. You guys are part of my family. So, like, if you're here and you're spreading positive vibes, you mean a lot to me. You truly do. Okay. Now we get to use the glitter one, because I am all out of the metallic one. It's getting really cold out here. We call this the sunroom, and we also call it the office. And this room does not have any insulation, and it does not have any heating. So basically what you feel out here, you feel outside. And we're in the middle of Winter Storm Chloe, so it's a solid 26 degrees out here. I do not have a blanket. I do not have a heater on. The only light that I am getting is from my ring light and my sweater. It's getting really cold. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see my breath. It's starting to get a little cold. I'm gonna have to wrap this one up and then do another day with you all. But I want to finish wrapping because it just makes me feel so good to sit here and wrap. I got these for my sister and my mom. These are like they're like pearlized. They're not pearls. They're like headphones that have pearls on them. I don't want to pull them out of the bag because they're really hard to get, but they're really pretty headphones, and I got them off of AliExpress for like $3 a piece, which isn't bad. Okay, next question I have is, what do you find hilarious but most people don't find funny? Honestly, I have such an offensive sense of humor. It's really, really hard to offend me. So probably a lot of people don't find my inside humor funny, like the jokes that I say inside of my head. I know if I say them out loud, people would punch me. Just because, you know, I'm a little bit of a jerk on the inside. But the most recent occasion where this happened was last night. We went to my sister's concert. My sister's in band, and there was a guy there doing, I don't know what he was doing there. He was helping out with the concert somehow. And his name was Mr. Cheeseman. And I just thought, I've never heard that name before. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I don't know why. Just hearing the name Mr. Cheeseman, it was so different and it caught me off guard. But I heard that name at the beginning of the concert, and her concert was an hour and a half long. And every time I heard his name, I would keep chuckling. I'm just like, not that I'm like actually like immature, but I have a very immature sense of humor. Like, I'm like a 12-year-old boy when it comes to my sense of humor. What was the best year of your life so far? This year, definitely. This year, without a doubt. It is the end of 2017, and a lot of crap has happened this year, but it's also been a really good year. There's been so many like blessings and life lessons, and so much I've learned and taken with me this year that I will keep with me for the rest of my life. What's your favorite thing to do on the internet? I take whatever chance I can to get off the internet, simply because I literally spend 80 to 90 hours a week on the internet. I worked 112 hours this week just because it's the holiday season. So there are so many more people that need my attention simply because, you know, orders or questions. Like, I feel bad because there's a lot of people that I'm like taking forever to respond to. But that's just because there are so many people who are like, Sam, I need your help. And I'm trying to like help them. Ugh, I hate not having a marker to like write I can't find any markers. Okay, next question is what fad have you held on to even though it isn't popular anymore? I feel like it's a question I've seen on like Pinterest or something. So, I say a lot of things that are not like cool anymore, like lit or yeet or like, you know, stupid phrases like that that literally add no significance to this world. But I low-key pretend that I'm like internet famous in my mind. So I just, you know, I have a very, I know I have a complex vocabulary, but it's not like I'm going and I'm like having a conversation with some random Joe at Walmart and I'm like using my complex language. I just use internet language because, again, I spend most of my time working on the internet. What do you spend most of your time doing? I just want to ask where you've been. This guy, this question, this person sent me, it's from my mail, and this mail has sent me some very mean things on Snapchat. So I'm not even going to take the time to answer that question because you know damn well what I spend most of my time doing. I spend all my time working and building a future for myself. What do you spend way too much money on? I could say my business, because I'm like, you know, with any business, it's trial and error. You got to learn what works for yourself in your business, and you got to learn what doesn't work for you in your business. So I could say my business, but I'm going to say makeup. I'm definitely going to say makeup. Yeah, I just have so much makeup, I get overwhelmed. And it's not like I've stopped spending money on makeup, but I'm still getting like subscription boxes and stuff. So that still counts. And then I just have all this makeup that I feel is just like sitting there waiting to be used. Not that I have like any unused products, but I like, you know, I want to hit pan on some eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that. So that's why I've stopped buying makeup besides subscription boxes. What do you judge most people for? What do you judge people for most often? I'm getting a little salty with this one. I have the highest respect for the men and women who have served for this country. Even if I don't agree with war, like, you've still sacrificed your lives for a greater purpose. You know, you've sacrificed your life so I could sit here and I could make videos on YouTube and make money doing that. You've sacrificed, you know, you've sacrificed so much. I have no idea what these people have sacrificed, but even like that they were willing to sacrifice their lives to protect my freedoms and my passions means the absolute world to me. So whenever I see a vet out in public, I always make sure I'll go up and I'll shake their hand. And if I have the opportunity to, like if I'm standing in line at like Dunkin' Donuts, I'll go and I got Annalise these because she's always needing lashes. But I will, you know, buy them a coffee per se. Same with homeless people. If I see you're homeless, like this morning, I was at Walmart, and there was a homeless man, and I saw him. He was like, I was in the parking lot. He was like an aisle away from me, and I saw him, and I could see he was trembling from the cold. But I watched him go through trash cans, and I was watching him because for some reason I thought he was getting sick. I'm like, okay, because I live in this area that's not the best. Literally 2 weekends ago, there was 72 overdoses just from heroin alone. So I don't live in the best area when it comes to like drugs and stuff like that. So I was kind of concerned for my own personal being because I was out in the parking lot alone, and I presumed that this guy, not knowing he was homeless, not assuming he was homeless, I just saw a guy, what I thought was getting sick. But he was going through the trash can and picking food. He was going through like old McDonald's bags and stuff like that, and like getting food out, and I was like, that's not okay with me. Like, I don't think that's okay that I can just like walk by and let another human being do that. I don't ever carry cash on me, so it was honestly a blessing that I even had any money on me. But I gave him all the money that I had in my wallet, which was like $5. It wasn't much. Again, don't carry money on me. And there were other people that had like walked by and drove by and didn't do anything, even though they saw the same thing that I was seeing. And I gave him that money, and I first tried to approach him, and I was like, sir, and he like refused to make eye contact with me, because I presumed that he was just thinking that I was gonna be like, what are you doing? But I gave him the money, and he started tearing up, and I was like, don't, because if you cry, I'll cry, because I already cry every time I think about homeless people. It makes me really sad. That and homeless animals, anything. Ugh, I can't. What's the most beautiful view you have ever experienced? Okay. I was in band my senior year, and I actually used to work with special ed kids. Now, when I say work, I don't mean like I got paid to help out special education, like, you know, people who have physical disabilities or mental disabilities. I would take my lunch breaks, or I would take any free time I had in class, and I would go and I would help out, you know, special ed kids. I was senior year, I was first chair flute, and right next to like the first chair section, you can see inside of a practice room, and the choir teacher at the time was auditioning kids for choir positions in choir, and this special ed boy sung with so much passion. Now, I'm not saying it was good, it was so sweet and precious. He sung with so much passion, and I like, it brought tears to my heart, because it was the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen, like music connecting souls and music connecting passions and people.